Всем хай, мы возвращаемся в Alan Wake, и вчера мы остановились на том, что с нашей Элис что-то случилось, и нам нужно прибежать к ней, посмотреть, что там с ней не так. Ладно, погнали. Бегать я уже могу. Птицы! Тихо! Ой, я запыхался. Оказывается, у меня стамина все-таки есть. Фонарик? Да, показывается.
Alice? Alice? Oh no!
Купаться пошла? Да не, мне кажется, мы спим.
Alice?
Waking up in the crashed car felt like I had woken from one nightmare and entered another. I couldn't remember how I got there. All I knew was that something terrible had happened to Alice. The phone was dead. I'd have to find help on foot.
Окей.
Among Alice's things was a book, The Creator's Dilemma, by a Dr. Emil Hartman. Seeing the book brought back my fight with Alice. I didn't like it, and I didn't like the guy's smug face on the cover either.
Окей, а куда идти-то мне? О, у меня фонарика нету.
The gas station was my best bet. They'd have a phone I could use. It looked like a long hike through the forest to get there.
Там, кстати, машина ездит. Ага. А, минус машина. У меня полный хп снова стали. Я смотрел, у меня хп долго не восстанавливались, но сейчас восстановились. Непонятно, с чем это связано.
Hello? Is someone there?
The loose sheets of paper were pages from a manuscript entitled Departure. That was the name I planned to use for the next novel I had never gotten started. I was named the author. I hadn't written it. I couldn't remember writing it. In the scene on the page, the hero was attacked by an axe murderer in the woods at night.
F5.
Departure by Alan Wake. The man turned to face me. His face was covered in shadows. It was hard to make him out in the darkness of the forest that surrounded us, but the axe he lifted was plain to see. It glistened with the blood of his victim. He grinned madly. The shadows were alive, distorting his features. It was a scene from a nightmare, but I was awake.
Окей. А где бензоколонка, я уже забыл.
Anybody there? Please, I've been in an accident.
Да, здесь кто-то был. Но у меня нету фонарика. Ни фонаря, ни пистолета. попасть можно? Нет. Нам, видимо, нужно в домик сейчас идти.
The lights up ahead were a good sign. Maybe I wouldn't have to hike all the way down to the gas station to find a phone.
Так, где здесь термосы? Нам, видимо, нужно идти сюда. Да? Да, нужно идти сюда. О, здесь ничего нет, пусто. Может, там все-таки что-то есть? Не, он туда не поднимается, не хочет. Окей.
Anybody there? Please, I've been in an accident.
Не надо кричать, ты чё? Алан.
Hey! Hey, you!
Phil!
There's been an accident. I need help.
Listen, I need to...
Premium cabins for rent in
Oh, hell.
Carl Stuckey. Pleased to meet you. Non-refundable reservation deposit required. Fair and square.
А что мне делать? F5, что у нас здесь?
Stood before me. It was impossible to focus on it, as if it stood in a blind spot caused by a brain tumor and eye disease. It was bleeding shadows like ink underwater, like a cloud of blood from a shark bite. I was terrified. I squeezed the flashlight like my life depended on it, willing it to stop coming any closer. Suddenly something gave, and the light seemed to shine brighter.
Я сжал фонарик, которого у меня не было. Или есть? Нет, у меня нет фонарика. Бежим.
I had to figure a way out of this. Any second now, and Stuckey would be knocking on the door with his axe like Nicholson in The Shining.
Так, пистолет. Фонарик? Есть. Отдай патроны. Батарейки, батарейки. А мне патроны нужны. Двенадцать патронов. Блин, это мало.
During your trying, it's the latest incontestably proven health benefits.
Yes.
Bright Falls Sheriff Station. How may I help?
Hello?
Those cholesterol.
Стекол, видимо, нету.
This is bad.
Ой-ой. Ой! Дом, ты куда полетел?
There were more of them. I'd never fired a gun outside a shooting range, and now I just killed someone. Or something. There were no bodies. They just disappeared. If I was dreaming, it felt real enough to make me sick.
Так, мне туда. А это у нас что? Пина еще.
The dark forest was the last place I wanted to go, but I had no choice. I had to get to the gas station.
А, я могу так светить, и будут появляться значки. Куда идти?
Eerie hand-painted graffiti was revealed by my flashlight. Someone had hidden a chest of supplies near it.
Есть. А что одна-то? Стоп, а куда мне идти? Может, сюда нужно назад выйти? Да, сюда нужно. Вообще, я уже хотел стрелять из ракетницы в этот камень. А вдруг бы он сломался? Плюс патроны. Секунду. Так, продолжаем. Блин, туда сходить или сюда? Ну, нужно сюда. Погнали туда. Я не знаю, что будет, если я найду все 100 термосов. И это, наверное, для ачивки. Записка.
Rose knew she had been gushing, but right now she didn't care. As far as she was concerned, her brief meeting with Alan Wake was literally the high point of her life. She watched as he got in the car with his wife. She was pretty, confident, at ease with Wake. Not like Rose. They were perfect for each other. She'd have given anything to be called their friend.
Я так понимаю, в записках это типа сюжет нам рассказывают. Так сказать, более глубокий сюжет. Ау! Что такое?
What the hell was that? When I saw the river below, something uncoiled itself inside my head. I realized that I'd have to find a way across. I didn't even want to look at the water.
Ну вот я и пришел. Ты что так беспокоишься? Оп. Какой акробат. О, там термос. Есть. А сколько у меня их? Почему-то не показалось, сколько у меня термосов. Блин, сюда еще можно сходить. А, здесь
Stucky
только
was still
записка.
out there, in the dark, stalking me.
Что у нас здесь?
Barry Wheeler was bouncing off the walls. He jumped on a plane after his calls were ignored by both Al and Alice for several days. It could mean that they were both on a second honeymoon, but Barry didn't buy it. Al had been way too unstable for that, not sleeping, messed up. Barry had years of experience dealing with Alan Wake, and he couldn't ignore it. Something was wrong.
Окей. Челик исчез? О. Так, а я правильно понимаю, что их можно не убивать, получается, а просто отойти в сторону, и они сами исчезнут? Оп. Неплохо. Это могила, что ли, чья-то? О, зачем я потратил? Мне жалко патрон. Хоть загружайся. Ну ладно. Не буду. Ну, Алан. Сколько же здесь сейвов? Еще какие-то метки? Погнали, залезем. Взлезть. Ага. И я надеюсь, мне не сюда нужно?
Taken. They're taken.
И что этот знак означает? Почему здесь факел? Так, погнали вниз. Ау. Так, нам сюда? Нет. Ладно, идем сюда. Сюда, наверное, нужно идти. Может, посюда?
The staircase was broken. I had to make my way up some other way.
В смысле? Ну здесь же батарейки, возьми батарейки. Алан, ну...
I couldn't stay here. There had to be a way to get up there.
Так, это на что?
There was no power. There was bound to be a generator somewhere at the logging site.
Нам нужен генератор. Видимо, это он. Сюда термос.
With all this forestry equipment around, there had to be something I could use to reach the top.
Да, я уже знаю, Алан. Что здесь нужно делать? А интересно, здесь будут боссы или нет? Есть. Вот куда нужно было тратить эту ракетницу. Максимум батареек. 20 штук всего можно носить с собой. И что
With all this
здесь?
forestry equipment around, there had to be something I could use to reach the top.
Да я понял, Алан. А сюда можно залезть? Нет. Дробовик. Не знаю, для чего он. Но мне пока что хватает пистолета.
I heard them before I saw them, swooping down from the sky and screeching as they came. I spun around just as the cloud was upon me. For an instant, I stared into 100 dead eyes, black pearls glittering in the darkness. I raised the flashlight and the swarm exploded like fireworks. Feathers burned, turned into ash. I couldn't hear my scream above theirs.
Это птица. Да, я уже понял. Каска на воздухе висит. Мне сюда? Да, сюда нужно. Как же он медленно лазит. А, здесь ничего нету. Так, сейф есть. Для дробовика, да.
Well, I was just outside for a breath of fresh air, and what a night. I know most of you are probably in your beds by now, but if you're still up and around, take a moment. Step outside for a spell and breathe in deep. The weather is absolutely still. The sky is crystal clear. It's like the forest is quietly breathing along with you. As you listeners know, I'm a night owl, and it's on nights like this I wish I wasn't cooped up in the studio. Makes an old man like me wish I could just roam wild. But here I am, and who'd keep you company all night long if I weren't? It looks like I'm not the only one staying up late. Caller, you're on the air.
Hey, Pat, it's Maurice Horton.
Hello, Maurice. What are you up to?
Well, I was just taking Toby on his walkies.
Oh, isn't it beautiful out there?
Sure, but Pat, the reason I called is that Toby heard something rustling in the undergrowth and took off after it, and I couldn't find it.
Probably a rabbit.
Sure. Toby loves rabbits.
Well, sure.
Anyway, I figured that, if anyone runs into Toby, they could grab him. My number's on his collar.
And Toby's a friendly dog?
Toby loves people. Usually he comes back, but we were pretty far from home, and it sounds like he went pretty wild there. Great dog, but he's just too dumb for his own good.
Well, Maurice, it's out there now. Hope Toby comes home soon.
Yeah, thanks, Pat.
You have a good night now.
О, здесь где-то песик ходит. О, плюс ракетница.
At first, I
Так,
kept
что у нас
finding the
здесь?
pages as if by accident. The book I couldn't remember was either a terrible and true prophecy or an act of creation that had rewritten the world. I began to hunt the pages feverishly, for they held the answer to the mystery. With it, I could save myself. With it, I could save Alice.
Бензоклонка
The
оказывается
gas
очень
station was
далеко.
closer now, its light welcoming in the darkness.
Что такое? Где ты?
Belly burster is the best with no curves. Monster dog is second best. The famous dog is...
Так, нам, видимо, сюда нужно, да? Блин, назад уже не отбежать. Их двое! Алан, ты чего? Я же нажимал Shift. Блин, мне заново это все слушать нужно будет, что ли? Давайте послушаем. Я не знаю, может это на что-то влияет.
Well, I was just outside for a breath of fresh air, and what a night. I know most of you are
Так. А сейчас показано, что это уже читал. И термо здесь,
The
блин.
gas station was closer now.
Очень
Its light welcoming
плохой
the
сейф.
darkness.
Paul makes the best dogs in the state. Belly Burster is the best with no contest. Monster Dog is second best. The famous dog is...
Все? Или еще кто-то будет? Кто еще? Здесь еще один кто-то. Кто еще здесь был? Мяч кто-то ударил. Нет, пацаны, вы лишние. Идите нафиг. Стоп, мне не сюда. Идите нафиг, неудачники. А мне вернуться можно? Осмотреть места там. Тихо. Сыкуны.
I stepped into the gas station's garage. It was dark and quiet. The place was a mess. It looked like someone trashed the place or that there'd been some kind of fight. Light spilled into the room through an open door at the back, and I made my way toward it. Without any warning, I was blinded by a bright light. An old portable TV on the shelf had come alive by itself. Impossibly, I could see myself on the screen, talking like a madman.
Окей. Так, ну вообще нам нужно идти туда, наверх. Блин, так неохота туда идти. Где заправка-то? Сколько можно до нее идти? Еще одна лесопилка. Так, что у нас здесь?
The cabin on Cauldron Lake? She asked. The sheriff looked at me suspiciously. The early morning light flooded through the office windows. I would probably never have gotten out of the woods alive without her help. But I couldn't tell her the truth of what I'd faced the previous night. She'd think I was lying or crazy. She'd lock me up, and she wouldn't help me find Alice.
Окей. Батарейки здесь не сильно полезны. И что же я увижу? Неужто себя?
Science. It bestows immortality on those who advance it to elevate all of mankind. Newton, Einstein, Sagan, princes among men. But the price for such a legacy is steep indeed. In Night Springs. Tonight's episode, a quantum suicide. If our lives are already written, it would take a courageous man to change the script. Having called a press conference, Dr. Barclay Colvin is about to demonstrate that very courage.
Ladies and gentlemen of the press, I am Dr. Barclay Colvin, and I'm glad so many of you could join me here at the Moorcock Institute. Tonight, I'm going to give a practical demonstration of the many worlds interpretation. As you can see, this is a loaded 9mm pistol. It shall be part of a thought experiment. And now, a real experiment, known as a quantum suicide.
Did he say suicide? Is that a real gun? He's kidding, right?
Please, stay calm. There is no risk. Observe what occurs when I place the weapon against my own forehead. Now, you might think this round is merely a dud. Not so. Observe the flower pot. And yet, I myself cannot be harmed with this gun. With each pull of the trigger, two new realities branch off. One in which the weapon didn't fire, and one where it did. With my machine here, I have ensured that this reality is always the former. I have bestowed upon myself quantum immortality. Under no circumstances can this gun kill me.
So wait. What you're saying is that every time you pull the trigger, in another reality, you die?
Yes, of course, but that's completely trivial. There's an infinite number of things that could happen at any moment, and they always do happen somewhere. The point is, this one thing did not happen here.
You're insane, Colvin.
Insane? Insane?
Hey, was this thing supposed to be plugged in? I stumbled on it.
You fools! Gaze upon quantum immortality.
Poor Dr. Colvin, felled by his own hubris or the ignorance of the masses. Perhaps he should have left the crate unopened, the decaying atom unobserved. Curiosity often kills the cat. In Night Springs.
фантазер, доктор. Да. А для чего это? Блин, снова тень. Блин, сейчас на меня побегут. Есть. Да ш... Блин. А, ну все, отлично. Здесь почему-то был сейф, я не понял, почему. Так, давайте все-таки их убьем. Все в кучу, пожалуйста. Так, угомонись.
Stucky's body vanished, leaving behind only a lifetime of nightmares to come. Assuming I'd reach the lights at the gas station alive.
Окей. А челик, который был здесь? Я же его не убил. Где он? Технос. Чекпоинт. И все, давайте тогда на этом здесь закончим. Если вам видео понравилось, подписывайтесь на канал. Увидимся в новых сериях. Всем удачи. Всем пока.